How can I miss? How can I packing for trips, making it count? They wanna book me. What's the amount?
Yes, sir. It is your boy KB the Boss here with Don IT, known together as KB and Don. And we're very excited to be interviewing this artist today. He's one of our favorites here at Shifter. He has some big tracks that came out this year. He's had a huge year. One of the top artists coming out of Toronto right now. Mr. In My Zone, Mr. YYZ to LAX. Mr. I'm tired of giving work to these little niggas. So we're very excited, man, to be interviewing you today. None other than Smiley. How's it going, man?
Thank you. I'm very excited too. Honestly, this is huge, and honestly, I'm doing good. Very good.
That's good. Well, you should be.
My show tomorrow, Ottawa.
Yeah, man.
So, can't wait for that.
Definitely. Now, yeah, as just saying, like we're big fans. You've made us fans, here at Shifter. And Vlad's Haitian, so he's particularly proud. Of you. So.
Saka fit.
You speak French?
Yeah, I speak French. I speak Creole, man. Just whatever you're trying to do, bro, I'm with it.
Oh, tu comprends tout, hein?
Je comprends tout, partenaire. Oh, tu sais déjà, où qu'on va, man?
Tabarnak.
Huh?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about the obviously the show you have coming up tomorrow. But we want to talk about your year, man, because obviously you've had like a big year. Looking back at like January, 2021 to now, like how do you feel? Just everything you've accomplished this year, like how are you feeling about this year?
So yeah, like it obviously finished very strong, but like at the beginning of the year, like around like January till like before July, it was like we were really just working still, like, but like there was no like we were really like we didn't know what we were really doing, like, cause like we just kept working, but like I don't know, we're in LA just like trying to figure it out. So like we knew we wanted to finish the year strong, but like, it was just really like, I don't know. We didn't really know what direction at some point we were going because, but then after July came over the top, like, came and because it was actually supposed to drop either the boy asked me if I want to drop it after his album drop or before. And I'm like, I want that right now. So then he's like, pay less. And then he's like, I'm going to make it happen. And then like 2 weeks later it came out. And then from there, it just went crazy. And then it actually leaked the same day as it came out, like probably 6 hours before it came out. It leaked, and we're just like, no way. Our next song leaked because our first song leaked too, So I was like, holy, that whole hour right there was just like, I thought the song wasn't gonna come out no more, It still came out, and crazy.
Yeah. But that's how you know you're big, though, when people start leaking your stuff. That's how you know you're like, making progress.
Yeah. On your verse, you say, got a verse from the boy and it leaked. I sent me a new one, said used instead. Like, did that happen like right after you found out the verse that the song leaked? Did he record his whole other verse like right after?
No. So when I say that, it's because our first song called Organization leaked. And this is like before. So then like, we have a lot of songs together too, but that's why I just said he sent me a new one, so use it instead. So like, because our first song leaked, so then he just sent me a whole new song. And that was over the top.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I loved Organization, man. I was like that track was crazy. I was waiting to see. I was like, okay, is this gonna be on the album? Is it gonna be on the album? And I was like, shoot.
Everyone thought that too. There was like a leak album of CLB and it was in there. And then people were like, oh, it's there. That would have been a big though, that song.
It's never too late. Maybe it can still, find its way. Maybe it can still find its way, out with me. But how are people feeling? Because you're from I think it's Pelham Park in Toronto.
Yeah.
So how is the reception in the neighborhood? Like, how are people feeling about like Smiley's blow up?
They love me. They look at me as God himself. No, but like they're happy. I inspire them. They inspire me, and it's just like they all want to like pursue the dream now. Like, they seen that it worked for me. So like I see a lot of more kids now starting to rap in the neighborhood, and You know, they'll ask me for advice and all this stuff, and like, you know, I just show them the blueprint, kind of. So like that makes me happy too, you know.
Mm-hmm. And it's, you're always dropping every you know, you have your motivations that, you know, you're always dropping.
Oh, yeah,
Don and I talk about those because I'm like, it's actually like, we love seeing you like just in LA living your best life, like you're smiling, you're happy. We're like, man, like this guy's like living his dream. Like it's good. It's good to see though.
I know. Honestly, I miss 2 Monday motivations because like that's what, when I come to Toronto, it's so hard for me like to continue that whole cycle of like working on this. Like, I don't know, it's a different energy when I come over here. So can't wait to just go back to LA, you know. But like I miss the hikes, everything. Like, holy, it feels so good in LA. Over here, it's such a draining energy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
How is that? Like, how does that compare life in LA versus life in Toronto? Is there anything that you particularly miss in Toronto, or is LA giving you everything that you ever dreamed of and looking for?
But yeah, like when I'm in LA, I'll miss Toronto because my daughter, my family, and like my friends and stuff. But it's like when I come here, it's just annoying. It's more precautions. I'm less on my social medias because like there's nothing really like I just watch what I'm doing more because I can't just move like I'm in LA, you know? Mm-hmm. And then when I'm in LA, it's just like, it's like there's no worries. Like everything's just going right. I'm just doing everything I'm supposed to. And it's like, I don't ever have to look over my shoulders, nothing.
That's good.
Good for you.
Enjoy the sun. I take everything. I go on the hikes. I'm on top of the mountain, just like thinking ideas, brainstorm, you know? Here it's just raining, snow, cold.
Yeah. Wait till you get to Ottawa. It's we're crazy, man. It's a mess.
so let's talk about. So go ahead.
Yeah, what you say about Ottawa?
No, wait till you get to Ottawa. We're completely snowed in, man. It's actually crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah. But not too crazy that you're not gonna enjoy your time, but crazy enough you're gonna look forward to go back to LA. So,
you gotta wear your long johns out here.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the track 38, because that's like one of my favorite tracks on the album. Like when I went through it, I was like, I got to 38, I was like, okay, because you don't see a lot of like, you know, young, especially like kind of like people at your level, you don't see a lot of collaboration. So, you know, seeing you and Press on a track together was like, okay, like it was nice to see. And I know on social media, it was, you know, when we saw on your Instagram stories, like you two in the car together, and we're like, okay, are we going to get some music? And then, you know, the song, you know, 38 came out. What was it like just kind of like working with Press on that track?
So it was fun, you know. Press, he's been doing his thing in the city, so you know, I always like to work with him. He's out there in LA too, so it was just like, you know, we link up a lot out there. But like for that specific song, we made it after Drake's release party in Houston. We like the very next day, we went to the studio in Houston, and then I played a bunch of Take Keith beats, and then he liked that one, and then he went on it. He did his verse, and then I didn't go on it that day yet because we had to go somewhere after, so we had to leave the studio. And then we had a whole idea of like, we're gonna use a different Pressa song, but then something told us like, this is like 2 weeks before the album's gonna drop. We're just like, yo, honestly, let's use this one, you know? And then we took that one and I made my verse on it, you know? And then that became like one of the second biggest song on the album, you know? Mm-hmm. But like that was like 2 weeks right before it was supposed to drop. That song's even supposed to be on there. We're gonna use a different Pressa song. Well, yeah, so it was good working with him, you know? Yeah. Good vibes. He actually came to my meet and greet too. So, and right now, as soon as January 1st, I'm going back out there. I'm shooting a video with him for that.
Nice.
And I also have a song with Bia coming out too. So.
Nice.
One thing I liked about your album in particular is the fact that when you came out with Over the Top and even like In My Zone and all that kind of stuff, we saw a certain version of you, a certain version of Smiley. But in the album, we see that you're also you're a lyricist. You actually you rap in many different ways, like. So is there any particular like zone that you're aiming for in the future, or do you want to keep it fun and lighthearted? Or because sometimes even like when it comes to the storytelling, I mean, I was surprised because I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah. So like honestly, yeah, it's just the moment. Like I just try to go studio every night because like then obviously I'm gonna get better and keep going. But it's just like. And a lot of those songs are old songs too, so it's like, honestly, right now, like even when I'm in LA, like everything I was doing, I was going outside, meeting new people, doing this. So I felt like all that was also making my music better. And it was just, I was living that rapper lifestyle out there, like, Yeah. So I was like every day studio, and right now for the future, the deluxe, I just want to just keep going harder than ever, like, never even take a break.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do
it.
Yeah, I saw. Speaking of you as a lyricist, I saw Academics was like going crazy over your bars the other day.
Yeah.
He was like studying them. He's like, his hand on his head. Like, this guy's a lyrical genius. Like, how does it feel like for you to get that kind of like? How does it feel for someone to regard you that in that way? Is just as Don was saying, as a lyricist.
Yeah. Shout out Academics for that still, but it's like I always, that's crazy he did that because like at first I didn't know like if he actually fucked with my music because like I didn't know like he always showed like everyone else love in the city, but it's like I didn't know he even liked my stuff to that. So I was like, that's big. So
when you're creating, like, do you actually write? I know nowadays a lot of people don't actually write. They kind of punch in. Like, are you a writer? Or are you kind of like, are you like honestly, a puncher?
I'm actually a writer, like that's where my strongest thing is. But like when you go every day, like at some point, I just wanted to start punching in because it made it funner, and it was just like, so when you punch into, sometimes it's just like, you're just thinking of something right away and it just comes in. It's like, I don't know. It's good like that. But I also like to balance it. I like to punch in and then like, let's say right now I'm at home not doing nothing. I could listen to beats and then write something, But I also like to punch in, to be honest.
Yeah.
One thing that KB mentioned is the fact that we really do, sometimes we just watch your videos and we really do enjoy just seeing you live your best life, in this moment. But one thing that I appreciate about you a lot is how you stay motivated. Even at this level, like you say, you don't stop working, you drop the Motivation Monday videos. What motivates Smiley? Like, keeps you going, man?
All right, so what motivates is just like, I know what I want and I know what I have to do. And it's like, when I was in LA, I had my whole routine and everything. So it's just like, even just the working out clears my mind, makes me think more, makes me want to do better. And it's just, I don't know, it's motivation out there, and it's like, everything was just going so like good that, I don't know, I was just motivated like crazy. And then it's like, and then the Monday motivation became such a big thing. And then it was like, every week they're waiting. Last week, like the label even got mad at me. I didn't post no Monday motivation.
Wow.
Like, fuck. Sometimes you have to make them miss you. Not every motivation. I made it, do it when I want to do it. And then it became every Monday I should be there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's because now you set up the precedent. Now we have high expectations, man.
Yeah, I even have the guests on there, so that was crazy. Even when I brought out the boy for the first Monday motivation and Coiler and Pressa.
Yeah,
but when I get back out there, I'm gonna keep doing that. Make other like guests come on the Monday motivation. But like my next Monday motivation, I'm gonna be back in the gym, and I'm gonna show them a real motivation speech.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
We're really on it.
Now, speaking of motivation and inspiration, like, Drake was vocal about the fact that, back when he was kind of having his thing with Pusha T, like you were one of the people that inspired him musically? Like, this is something that's, I think, just articles and Complex and whatever, and they talk about, at the time I was like, who's this guy Smiley? Because like Drake had said, this is one of the guys that's inspiring me right now. Like, how does it feel to be credited by Drake as someone who has inspired him like musically in the past?
Obviously it's crazy, and it's like, I feel like it's manifestation at its best, like, honestly, because he obviously inspires the whole city, me, but like me a lot too, like growing up, like just listening to him a lot, like even like my girl, she was telling me like sometimes like that's crazy now that like you guys have songs together and whatever, I'm with him, everything, but it's like before, like she would even get mad, like before I even knew him, like playing his songs all the time or stuff like that, like always, like, she like, this guy really fucks with him. And then now it's like that. So yeah, I just feel like it was meant to happen, and it's my doggy right there,
So when you first got approached, well, first of all, how did the whole, like, how were you first notified that you were getting signed to OVO? And like when you first got that, whether it was a call or whatever it is, like what was that feeling when they said, "Yo, we want you at OVO"? Like, what was that like?
So, like, I always knew they wanted me there too, and then that's somewhere I actually wanted to go as well. So it was either like that same conversation we had when he asked if I want to drop it now or after. In that same conversation, I asked him like, "Yo, I don't want to go nowhere else but OVO," like, And he's like, and then that's how the conversation happened, like, But I knew it was gonna happen anyway. But like, I just made it happen. We made it happen together, Crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the show in Ottawa is coming up tomorrow. Like, when's the last time you've been to Ottawa? Anyway, before this, if you've ever been to Ottawa,
I think I have, and I was actually for a show before too. So it's probably like 2 years ago. I did my his time going there was just because of the show. Okay. So now I'm going back because of the show. But okay. I have a 20-minute set. I have to go to the studio today and just set up my track list too.
So for people who've never seen you live, like what's a Smiley show like for people who've never seen you?
I feel like you have to come out. Like, I'm just getting better at the performances. Like, I'm performing a lot. I even had a performance probably yesterday or 2 days ago. And like, I know now how to talk more with the crowd and like feel more comfortable. So yeah, I feel like it's lit. It's litty again.
On your
wait
list,
for it tomorrow. Say it again.
No, I'm excited because I'm gonna be there.
You guys are over there. Eh?
Yeah,
100%. That's we're gonna be there. We're pumped, man, and I'm excited to hear you perform some songs from the album without sporting anything. Like, is there a particular song that you're looking forward to perform? And along the same line, like, what was your favorite song on the on your recent album?
So my favorite song was probably either Topic and Beat It.
Me too.
Beat it was we listened to it. We listened to it together. We listened to it together. When we got to Beat It, we were like, oh, okay, yeah.
Beat It slept on it. What the heck?
Yeah.
That one. Shout out Young Blue too. He went hard on that.
Yeah.
That's it's in 100 this a years. Yeah, that's hard. So what song are you looking for? What song should I perform tomorrow? You want to hear me do Beat It?
You have to do Beat It. You have to do Beat It. Beat It and 38 need to be played, man.
Well,
yeah, definitely.
Beat It is my favorite song on the album. I also have another question for you. Quick things. Now, you're known for that very famous opening on Over the Top. Prada and Louis don't go together. Louis and Dior, I swear, go better. What are some of the fashion tips that Smiley can give the audience and our fan at Shifters?
Just like, honestly, so for that too, like, it's so crazy. Like, obviously, Louis, always Louis gang, so crazy. Even RP Virgil and stuff, like right before like he actually posted my album, and then like he asked me for my PO box, and he sent me stuff, Louis stuff, and And I was just like, fuck, that's crazy that even right after he died, I'm like, fuck, you
Wow.
know, but honestly, yeah, like I feel like Louis is my favorite one, you know, fashion. And as I said, Louis, I always go the Louis way, India. You know, and that became big. I'm like, fuck. I hope the Gucci and the Prada people don't get mad at me. That's what I say. You know? But that's crazy. Everywhere now, even like everywhere, like people see me in LA, they're like, Prada and Gucci, I'm together.
It's the way you said it.
Specifically, like, why did that like get so catchy? Why is it so catchy? Like, I don't even understand it myself.
I think it's the way you said it. It's just so.
Prada and Gucci,
cool.
Don't go together. Yeah, I can't wait to perform that tomorrow. Huh? I know tomorrow's gonna be some energy in that crowd.
Yeah. Well,
I hope you got a check for the promo.
Well, yeah, we said, you know, we're definitely looking forward to it. I don't go to many events nowadays. But I'm like, yo, we're going to the show tomorrow.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. So we'll be there and we'll be jumping around and moshing or whatever we do. We'll be doing our thing. But yeah, we're wishing all the best, not just for tomorrow, but even like beyond that. We wish you all the best, all the success. We watching your Motivation Mondays and anything you drop after that as well. We'll be watching, man. So, and we're cheering you on.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much for having me here. And I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow.
I'll
go all the way up.
I'll film.
Yes, sir.
All right. Once again, this is KB and Don with Toronto's very own Smiley. And he's going to be performing tomorrow at Brass Monkey in Ottawa. And we'll definitely be there. So, and again, thank you for your time.
Thank you, guys.